Hi guys, I'm Sterling. I own a social media marketing company. I just wanted to talk about school after high school. I know it's not a popular topic. I know that a lot of people feel strongly about going to college after high school and whatnot, but my question is it really necessary? Do you really need to go to college after high school? I mean, let me ask you this. Who do you trust more? The doctor who just got out of medical school, he's really book smart, he knows all the diseases and everything, or do you trust the doctor who got out of school 12 years ago and he's got 12 years of life experience under his belt to help him out? You're gonna want the guy who's got the life experience, right? So my question is, why do we go to school? I mean, if life experience is what we really need, why are we going to school? So that we can get a piece of paper that tells us that we know what we're talking about, that we know our craft. I mean, I think that so many people hinge so much on this little piece of paper that says, I know what I'm talking about, rather than just going out into the world, find a mentor, network with people, get real life experience in what you're going into. I mean, if you want to be a radiologist, you could talk to a radiologist who's got years of experience, a wealth of knowledge that you can learn from. And you can talk to him, you can study under him, you could work with him, follow him, job shadow. I mean, we do it in high school. Why can't we do this in our everyday lives? So, here's my question. Why are we still hinging so much on a college degree when so often we can't even get a job in the field that we got our degree in? Another question. How does it make sense to most people to spend $80,000 to $100,000 to go to school for this piece of paper that says that we know what we're talking about? How does that make sense? From a business standpoint, I doubt that there is a businessman out there or an entrepreneur out there that'd be willing to take that kind of risk. If school was a business that an entrepreneur wanted to invest in, I mean, it's got a good audience. It's been built up as a brand, but the thing is, it's got a very low return. I mean, how many people are going to even be able to get a job in the field that they want to go into? You're an art major, you're screwed right out the gate. But if instead you took the 4 years that you're going to college and you go visit Paris or Italy, some of the best art out there is in Italy and Paris, France, and you study that art. You talk to people. You get real life experience under your belt. People are going to take you a little more seriously if you have that kind of experience. You could start a blog. You could start a video blog like I'm doing right now, and you could talk about art all day long. You've marketed, you've networked, you know your stuff. You've studied under these people that have worked with art for years. I would much rather listen to what you have to say than listen to some newbie who just got out of art school and, let's face it, doesn't know a thing about actual art. They know that this painting was painted in this era, or what kind of art, what the artist may have been trying to say through that art. But if you have someone, real life experience, who has gotten input from hundreds of people that come through that museum or whatever, or art gala, and has spoken to thousands of people on their thoughts, you could get a collective estimate on what a lot of people felt when they saw that art. Now, I know it's the American dream. It's part of the American dream to get out of high school, start going to college, get your degree, and then get your dream job. Who's to say that you can't get your dream job right out of high school? Who's to say that if you were to start networking while you're in high school, start talking to people while you're in high school, start experiencing life while you're in high school or right out of high school, who's to say that when you're 20, you can't own your own company doing the very thing that you love? You want to be a mechanic. So, during high school, you take shop class, take mechanic. Maybe you go to a local ATC and you take a couple classes while you're in high school. That way you're not paying through the nose. And then you get out of high school. You use some of the connections that you made while you were in high school. You talk to your teacher from your shop class. You talk to your teacher from the ATC. And you talk to him about possibly becoming an intern. You just want to learn about everything that he has to offer. And you study everything he does. You learn everything that he knows. And then when you're 20, when you're 8, when you're 19, after a couple years of interning with him, you're going to be pretty savvy on what to do. You're going to have seen real life in the trenches, what goes on. You're not going to come out like you would in college. You have some shop hours under your belt, but you're mostly book smart. You're not going to know that if a carburetor goes out. I don't know enough about cars to go on about this metaphor, but like if a carburetor goes out, you're going to know what to do. You've been fixing carburetors for years or for months. I mean, someone who has applicable knowledge has way more value to me and to most society, I believe, than the person who has book knowledge. It is great to know your stuff. It is great, absolutely great to learn as much as you can from others who have gone before you and have taken the time to write and share what they know. But it is so much more useful to get life experience. I mean, if you're going to be a photographer, and you go to school for photography, which doesn't even make sense to me. They teach photography in school. Yes, you want to study light aperture. You're going to want to study the frame rate. You're going to want to study your focal points and how to successfully edit on Adobe. But you're going to get that knowledge so much better, and you're going to be able to show people what you mean with that knowledge or what you know with that knowledge because you've applied it. If you just ask your dad for your 16th birthday for a camera, you go out and you take photos. You get on your smartphone and you take photos. You're going to know your stuff so much better than someone who's been in school for the last 4 years and most everything he knows is kaput. It doesn't even apply anymore because cameras change all the time. Techniques change all the time. Someone comes out with a new way of taking a picture, and the entire industry is changed. I mean, black and white used to be the huge thing. Now it's a filter. Black and white used to be the way of life for photographers. That was it. And now it's color. Now you want to get your lighting just right, which I am not doing right here. As you can see, it's a great day outside, by the way. But you just don't learn the applicable knowledge that you need by going to school. Anyway, I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear everything that you guys think. I mean, if you disagree, feel free to disagree, but tell me why you disagree. I want to hear your arguments for why people should be going to school, should be getting book smart over life experience smart. I believe life experience is way more practical and applicable than book smart. Because book smart, I mean, if you think about it, how did you even get the book? Who wrote it? Someone who was out in the field, got a lot of experience in it, and then wrote their experience. Wrote what they found. It's people that are life smart, in my opinion. But I know a lot of people probably disagree, but I do want to hear your thoughts, hear your points of view, and feel free to comment. But that's just my thoughts on college.